Sunwell Plateau is here, and guilds are going to really struggle with the ramp up in difficulty. I've compiled 6 big mistakes that guilds make on progression content. If you avoid all of these mistakes, you'll be clearing Sunwell in no time.
You are not prepared!
The first huge mistake your guild is going to make in Sunwell Plateau is not learning the fights in advance. Everybody needs to watch the same video guides or you'll waste hours wiping. I've made a Google Doc compiling the best video guides for every single boss. Check in the description below. Also, let me know in the comments if you have more guides you'd recommend for bosses. The second big mistake that guilds are making in Sunwell Plateau is wasting time talking. The more polls you can do, the better chance of success. It's just that simple. You should aim to do at least 5 boss attempts per hour on bosses like Muru. People should know the bosses inside and out, and actual raid time should be mainly executing strategies. A good example here was that in over a month of SSC runs, my original guild got less than 30 Lady Vash attempts. We could have easily done 50 or more attempts if we wasted less time, and we would have cleared and morale would have been much higher. The third mistake to avoid is blaming people. It's easy to scapegoat, but everybody is raiding to clear the content and achieve the same goal. One issue that raids typically have is that one player will get repeatedly blamed over and over again, and their morale will drop and their performance will suffer. Blaming people might be your first impulse to relieve pressure, but Sunwell Plateau is a difficult progression raid. Remember that these people are on the same team as you, and guild morale needs to be the utmost priority. Before we get into more big mistakes that guilds make while progression raiding Sunwell, give the video a like. I've got big gold making guides for TBC and Wrath coming up very soon. Hit the subscribe button, click on that notification bell. You don't want to miss these gold making secrets. The fourth big mistake to avoid raiding Sunwell is not preparing enough. Lack of consumables and gold will grind progression to a halt. One huge mistake players and guilds make is underestimating consumable costs. You'll easily need over 1,000 gold per week for typical Sunwell progression. Make sure to spend your non-raiding nights farming as much gold as possible. And click the card for my Phase 5 gold making tip. You may be missing out on some free gold. Another tip is to save gold on consumables. You can do that by purchasing raw materials and having guild members craft everything for you. Also, if your guild is stuck at a really hard boss like Muru, try not to waste consumes on pulls while your guild is still learning the mechanics. Better for your guild to learn the mechanic by watching video guides than to waste thousands of gold running into a wall. The next mistake to avoid is not learning from sessions. Log review is key. Understanding how to download and review logs is very important for progression rating. With proper log review, you can figure out pretty much everything going wrong. Who isn't using consumables every pull? Who's using the wrong ranks of spells? Is the uptime on every debuff not 100%? Every pull is an amazing opportunity to learn, but you need to be willing to put the time in. Analyzing the night of raiding later on and talking to each raid member individually is a fantastic way to improve your guild. You can also use other guilds' logs to analyze and figure out what they're doing better. You can figure out what other comps people are running. Maybe you need to switch things up there. You can figure out exactly how much DPS they have going into each phase and a boss. The world is at your fingertips if you learn how to do log review. The sixth and final mistake to avoid while raiding Sunwell is having unrealistic expectations. Watching the top guilds breeze through Sunwell causes a lot of unrealistic expectations. I had the exact same experience in SSC and TK, but this is a huge trap to avoid. Your guild needs realistic expectations. Guild members need to understand this will be a really hard thing to do. But at the same time, it's going to be an amazing accomplishment when you finally downkill Jaden. So don't give up and keep on pumping. All right, so I want to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think is the biggest mistake guilds make when progression raiding? Personally, I just think it's the downtime between pulls. If you can pull faster and get more attempts in, you'll have a much better chance at clearing a boss. If you liked this video, make sure to check out my guide that answers the question, how hard is Sunwell really? I've got all the answers for you. You don't want to miss it. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to have a great day.